And we are live. Once again, it's the Dave K Show coming at you from the beautiful banks of Falls River in New Rose, Louisiana. And we are broadcasting from the historic downtown Julian Partridge Arts and Museum Center. We're here on the third floor at the Dave K Show studios. I want to welcome all of our guests that are listening today. We have one other great episode for you today. We got a very special guest in our studio today, and you're going to enjoy listening to him, his story, what he's got going on and everything. But first of all, my lovely co-host, Datha, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to see you back in the saddle again.
No, I've never really gotten off the saddle, though.
Right. Keeping busy keeps you out of trouble. That's what I always say, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what's going on with you? How you doing?
Man, just working. I'm working.
Right. How's the school week going? Getting the kiddos to school?
Terrible. Well, let's see. Last week was the train issue.
Right. We're gonna talk to Representative Lacombe about that today.
Certainly. We got past the train. This week, I guess it's been good. Breeze is behaving. He hadn't gotten written up yet, so that's a plus.
That's always a plus.
Yeah.
The first week of school when you staying out of the spotlight.
That's right.
That's very, very good. All right. Sounds great. We're doing good too. We're trying to beat the heat over here. Fall is around the corner.
Oh my gosh! It could not get here any faster, really.
Yes, I cannot wait for fall to come, and we'll be here for you. You know what I like about the high school football season, the football season coming up? It's hot as, like you say, Hades when it starts, but during the season it gets cooler and cooler and cooler.
And then it gets too cold.
And it gets too cold to
and
last.
then you're like, it's freezing.
Right.
Brr, freaking Right.
Yeah. So that's a cool little transition for the end of the year for sure. And
it is.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, we always promise our audience some great guests and everything. Before we get started, we want to put a plug in for some of our media helpers. And who are those guys?
Well, we have the PointeCoupee.com, who always shares great information. Love it. We got Pointe Coupee Banner. They also have some awesome information to read. Color pages, people.
Yes, color.
And West Side Journal.
Yes.
That's really cool. That's a really cool one, too. And you get all those, Pointe Coupee Banner and the West Side Journal, you can get at your local retail stores. The Pointe Coupee Reporter is on the internet.
Absolutely.
At PointeCoupee.com.
Yes, in this day of this digital age, it's good to have something you can hold, and read and kind of put on your coffee table.
It is until the computer crashes, and then you wish you had your paperback.
That's right.
Actually, you know what? It's good to have it all.
True, right. Exactly. That's great. So let's segue into our guest. Without further ado, I want to introduce, before we let you know who he is, he's been involved in law enforcement in Pointe Coupee for like years and years and years and years. Yep. Look, if you had a kid growing up in Pointe Coupee Parish, you know who this man is. Your kid has seen him. Your kid has been mentored by him. And he's been a great example to your kids through the years. I can't say enough good stuff about him. Involved in a DARE program, working with the Sheriff's Office 30-something years. So we're going to talk to him today, find out what he's all about, what he's been doing, and what he's going to be doing pretty soon.
Right.
And so without further ado, Datha, who do we have in our studio?
We have Mr. Rene Thibodeaux.
Absolutely. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are y'all doing today?
Absolutely perfect.
Yes,
the air's blowing. We're feeling good.
Right.
Yes, it is. Great to be here today.
I'm so glad to have you here. We got a lot to talk about to kind of cram in a little 30-minute show.
Yep.
Yes,
that was a
indeed.
little takeoff roll just a minute ago, so now we're like in level flight, we always like to say. So basically, Renee, let's preface it by this. If anybody's in Pointe Coupee Parish, they know who you are. You need no introduction. But people are watching like on the web right now, so they're going to know who you are. So basically, like I said earlier, you're involved in law enforcement for many, many years in Pointe Coupee, rising through the ranks. I want to take us to the teenage days. What got Rene Thibodeaux interested in law enforcement?
Well, I guess, going to high school and then going to college for a couple of years, I guess my biggest role model was my dad, Clarence Thibodeaux.
Yes.
He's from the Fort Ocean area.
Used to be the warden, right?
Yes, sir. He's had a long career in law enforcement, 42 years in the Pointe Coupee Parish Sheriff's Office, also 32 years in the military.
Wow.
And then my grandfather was also in law enforcement.
Wow,
so,
three generations.
That's pretty
three
cool.
generations.
Yes.
So it's a family tradition.
That is
There you
awesome.
go.
Right. So what was that? Did you have that moment that sparked your interest when you go like, I want to be in law enforcement? Was that like a pivotal moment?
Well, I've actually got a call and asked to do a specific job by the sheriff of 20-something years ago, Paul Raymond Smith.
Paul Raymond Smith.
Yes, sir. There was a specific job that they thought would fit me. Mr. Willie Yolan, bless his soul,
Bless his
great
soul.
person, man.
Yep.
I mean, just
Rest
a
in
great,
peace.
nice person. Used to be the civil deputy in charge of serving people civil papers and other things, and he was about to retire. So I got a phone call, and they was asking me, hey, would you possibly want to come work for the sheriff's office and train to do that? We kind of think that you have a good personality and you talk a lot to people. I say, well, I can talk a little bit.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And I think that, being a
Sure.
very nice, outspoken person is what they was looking for. So I trained with Mr. Willie Oland for about a year, and he retired.
Cool.
And that was my spark.
That's
to-
your entry
to
level.
come. That's
So
my
did you ever
entry
start
level.
off in the jail like a lot of people do?
I didn't. I was not called to go do that. I guess, my personal relationship and my PR skills with people.
Yes.
I was at, that's the phone call that I got. I
Right.
went to graduated from Morganza High School.
There you go, yeah.
Went to
Shout
Catholic
out.
of Pointe Coupee, K through 6, and then I went to college for almost 2 years at LSUA.
Cool.
Played a little college baseball there, and then got a job offered by Amico Productions in my second year of college. and
Right.
Neat.
Pretty good benefits and great pay, so I thought I might have needed to do that, and that's when I
Right.
started my working career.
Right.
Cool.
And then my law enforcement career came.
Exactly.
With
And,
that phone
I
call
started
there.
off in the sheriff's office back in 1989, in the jail actually, and
Okay.
so I always loved radios. Got my ham radio license. So my aunt Betty Steinecker, she was a dispatcher, and so she got me a dispatch position in the sheriff's office. So I love dispatching
Oh,
the
that's
units.
fun.
Stephen Juge was one of my Boudreaux, John
You like
Boudreaux.
doing that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
remember
loved it.
John? Yeah.
Yes,
And
John
Steve? I
Boudreaux.
know both of them guys.
Some people have gone on to be state troopers. John Cannon was one of my
Yes.
deputies
I know
who's
John
retired.
well.
Who's
Wow.
retired now. Yeah, so I
That's pretty
enjoyed
cool.
dispatching. And I with Man Webb, we all started together, Dune,
How long did you do that, Dave?
about a year.
Okay.
And the thing was, I wanted to go to EMT school. That was my passion. So
I remember that.
And they would not let me
Yes.
go to school with my work schedule. So that's not a problem. It's I really want to do
No,
this.
I know. Boy, that's an important skill to have. That.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Right. He says,
Wow.
but my days at the
Especially
sheriff's
today.
office, I love Jerome Fontenot. I mean,
Yep.
my days at the sheriff's office were memorable. They really were. I loved it.
Yes,
And,
indeed.
So, and our hats off to you guys.
I've never been in the sheriff's office.
Was
I
that-
work with wild animals.
Yes.
No,
she
I
works
don't.
She works for Wildlife and Fisheries.
Wildlife and fisheries.
Okay.
The wildest animal I get to see is Myrtle,
The turtle. Right?
the turtle.
That's a turtle.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
our pet.
Yeah, the streets are a little bit more difficult
I would
today,
love to do
you know,
that though.
than they used to be years ago. We've got some things going on in society, and it really makes it tough for our guys wearing the
does.
badge.
Yeah.
What lets you fit into a spot that only you could fit in with the sheriff's office is your personality. You related to the people.
Yeah.
You were the
Yes.
bridge between the people and the sheriff's
That's
office.
Right.
correct.
And so tell us about the DARE program, how that all came about. What you
Oh
get
no, my
involved.
kids
Oh,
talk
wow.
about this all the time.
Really?
Oh, they loved it.
Yes. That's what I have done for the last 11 years of my career, has been the DARE officer. Back about 11 and a half years ago, I was called into the office, and at that time I was a civil deputy, working 3 years also as a bailiff in the courthouses, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I got a call and said, we're looking to bring back the DARE program, and golly, your name is the name that we come up with. I've coached kids for 25 years in my life,
Oh, yeah.
and kind of act like a little kid. I mean, I get along with them so great rapport with them.
Yeah, they understand you.
Yes, I
That's
get
a
along
good
with them
thing.
great. And they said, I think I want to bring back the DARE program, and we want you to do it. I said, oh, man, I kind of like what I'm doing now. You know,
Right.
sometimes you don't like a change. People
Right.
are,
Right.
humans sometimes are scared of a change. So I said, well, yes. I said, let me think about it. So next day I said, yes. And wow, it's been a great adventure. I really love it. You get a chance to save a child's life from going into drugs and other chemicals, and you can't put a price on that.
No.
Yes.
You can't put a
Right.
price on that.
And you
So-
do a great job because the kids
Yes.
come home and talk about it all the time.
Wow, that's
They
awesome.
love it.
Yes.
Riley
Right.
and Cheyenne, Breeze don't know you too well yet. I don't think he's gotten to be taught by you. But the other two, all they
Right.
talk about is Mr. Rene.
Wow, that's
Mr.
awesome.
Renee.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It's awesome. And at some of these schools, when I would walk into some of the schools, I mean, they just barrel around you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they just hug you and almost tap
Wow,
you.
that's
And
great.
that's a great feeling.
It is.
What I like is those kids that age are so innocent.
And they're like
They are.
sponges. They absorb everything. So the good stuff you teach them
They do.
is what they need.
Yes, and you're
Too much
catching them.
bad out there.
There is, and you're catching them before they get into trouble a lot of
Right.
times.
Right.
Which is amazing.
And to prevent that, guys, I would imagine every one of us has a family member that, maybe drinks a little much, or,
Sure.
or maybe has a chemical
Oh, yeah.
problem or drug problem.
Right.
I can't
if-
count them on two hands.
Well, no, we don't want to talk about it,
Right.
but it's just the facts of life.
It is.
And if you can prevent that, I do know some people in our community in the past that's had some children. And look, I mean, you can send them to a place. You can send them to a place again. And sometimes it costs hundreds of thousands
Wow.
of dollars. and I knew of a family, and it didn't work. So I mean, prevention to
Yes.
prevent the problem is better than trying to work on
Right.
it after it's a problem.
The best cure.
That and having
Yes.
someone good to talk to,
It
to
is.
associate with, which
It
is what you're there
is.
for.
Right.
That's what we're there for.
Right.
Through your 11 years in the DARE program, what are some memories that kind of stick out? You know.
Wow.
How many?
right. Exactly. Right.
I have a ton.
Man,
Right.
since I love kids, like you're saying, the last 36 years of my adult life has been mentoring kids in the DARE program
Wow.
and coaching them
Wow.
baseball, softball,
That's amazing.
and
Congratulations.
even football a little bit. So that's what I've devoted my 36 years of my adult life to.
That's pretty awesome.
I guess one of the most memorable things is just getting to know every DARE officer in the state of Louisiana.
Wow. Wow.
And I ran against a guy to become a board member for DARE in 2013. I had an existing board member from up in North Louisiana.
For the state of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, for the whole state.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
And,
All right.
So we have the capital district. It consists of 7 parishes in the Baton Rouge area. So they said, okay, Rene, we want to try to get you on the board. So I got on the board for the capital district. But then my ambition was to get on the board for the state of Louisiana, the
Right.
LDOA. So I said, I'd really like to do that. I mean, I care about the DARE program that much. So the election part for that, I got a very good friend of mine, a Chip Pickett from up there in Simsboro, Louisiana.
Simsboro.
Wow.
Gotta say it with an
little
accent.
small
Got to
town.
be north.
Yes, by Monroe.
When you
Okay.
say it with an accent, it's up north.
Yes, it is. So he and I was doing all our campaign and a bunch of other guys. So that was a very fun process. And then to win that election and to serve on the board of directors for DARE for the state of Louisiana was pretty cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
It was. What
For
an
4
honor.
years, it was an honor.
That's great.
2013, 2014, 2015, I was the vice president of the board.
Come
Wow.
on. Wow.
And we
that's amazing.
hosted a international DARE convention in
Cool.
New Orleans
Yes,
at that
indeed.
time.
Wow.
So every DARE officer in the United States.
That's a great place to do it.
Oh, yes.
Right.
A big place.
I know.
And we
It's
even
incredible.
had 4 DARE organizations come from other countries
Oh,
outside
wow.
of the
Man,
United States.
I hope you
That's
took a lot of
pretty cool.
pictures.
We
You took-
did.
yes.
And then in 2016, I was the president for the state of Louisiana.
Wow.
So that's
you made it to the top,
I
man.
made
That's
it to the
incredible.
top.
That's
that,
awesome.
That was,
Cool.
that was a goal of mine. And
El
Yes.
Presidente.
El Presidente. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Right.
So that's exciting.
That
so now I
is.
know people just everywhere.
That's pretty cool.
And
That is very
that's
good.
awesome.
That is
very
awesome.
Good. And probably I would say hundreds, if not thousands, of kids through the years that you had an impact on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just incredible,
Oh,
man. Hats
yes.
off to you.
Yes.
We honor you for that for sure.
Right.
So that was one chapter of your life, you know. So what I want to get into some more recent things that's been going on,
Right.
things that I've got a chance to work with you with in
Yes.
the Morganza Cultural District.
Morganza.
Wow.
Let's talk Morganza.
We
Big
have-
town of Morganza.
We
That's
have our haters, we have our lovers, we have the people that say it will never be done. We have the people that say, oh, yes, it can be done.
Yes.
And we're making things happen. And you are the
We are.
president of the Morganza Cultural District.
I am.
Another
I-
El Presidente.
Another
Yes,
board
and-
that I've been serving on, and I am the president at for the next 4 years.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's exciting. You know, look where we are today in the Parish School. The Morganza School was here since 1940.
Wow.
And it needs some
Yeah.
work. And a
Yes.
bunch of people in the community got together with this idea in spring of 2018.
Not too long ago.
And we started
Yeah.
having our board meetings, and which you're a part of, Dave, and thanks for serving on that.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yes.
going to take some time to try to save that school right there. The school board
Yes.
has moved away from it and got the STEM school started now, so there's no need for Morganza to be a high school anymore.
Yes.
Oh, they're not going to open it?
No, I
Aw.
wish they would.
I did
it
too.
It needs something in it, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to
Yeah.
get some type of business in it,
Yeah.
Yes.
like
After
you have
we-
here at the Parties Building.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Well, it
After
goes
we
to
got-
the
Give it some
wayside.
life.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
don't have to be a school
It
necessarily.
doesn't have to.
No,
be.
not at
Yeah.
all. Not at all. Not look like
That's
you said. Look at the
pretty cool.
Partridge Center right here. They've just renovated this thing
Yeah.
totally. It's completely filled up with all the rooms.
Instead of letting it go
Correct.
to waste, put it to some good use. I agree
know.
with that.
It's
I
a
hate
part
when
of
they
history.
do that.
It's a part of history.
And it's winding to
know.
kind of being the centerpiece of Morganza right now. You know, we do have a lot of things like the railroad grant. We're still waiting on that to come in.
Yes, we are. Ooh, keep your
cannot
fingers
wait.
crossed.
Yes, I can't wait for that.
Well, I heard
And,
about y'all's jail cell over there that y'all used to have. What happened to that? Because I wanted to see it.
That
and
was
it's
in-
not there.
That was across the street from the Catholic Church.
Yep.
By the levee. I'm not sure where
Wow,
that building is
interesting.
located.
Man,
That would
Interesting.
that
be
thing
cool
has so
to
much
find that.
history in it.
It does. A lot
Oh.
of history there.
I love history.
Yes, it does. And Morganza has history in
It
it
does.
too.
It's a beautiful town. I've
Right.
been over there. I
Wow.
love it.
Yes, it is.
It's a shame because when the school was going, and in the 70s, that entire strip of Highway 1 had 60-something businesses right there.
Wow.
That was incredible.
Wow, that's amazing. That was like a hub.
It was.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
People
like a
from
business.
everywhere
Yeah.
went to Morganza.
And is that because people were just passing through, going to work? I mean, had a lot of traffic coming through the area?
Well, at
or-
that time, the people was living there and from the community, and now most of our children are leaving it because of jobs in Baton Rouge and other areas.
Right, exactly.
Hey, that gas station over there, is it still the original owner? Is it a gas
Cereals
station? Is it?
Station. Wow,
Right.
you
I-
talking about some history.
Oh, I
Yes.
know.
Mr. Jacko Cereal and his family.
Yes.
And one of the ladies that's on our board, Miss Natalie Thompson, that's her relatives. And she was one of the people that came up with the idea of trying to save Morganza.
Exactly. Yep. And everything worked out great. She got a great team of people together for sure. But yeah, once you go in that gas station, you're stepping back in time.
Tim
You
took
are.
me. Well,
Have you been inside that store?
No, Tim took
You need to
me
go
out
see
there.
that. It's got all types of antiques and old stuff.
Yeah.
And
So
look,
it's a
years
store?
ago, it used to be a Zenith television store also,
Wow.
Mr. Jacko.
Come
Besides
on.
working on the
Those
cars
TVs are still
and
up there.
flat
I
tires,
got to go.
It had
Yes.
Zenith TVs back in the 70s.
Right.
So it's a store now? You can go in it?
Well, yes, it's open.
Oh, see, Tim
Yes.
drove me out there. He's like showing me where his family was at. And I said, well,
Yes.
it's perfect for me because I love history. I think that is the coolest
Yes.
stuff. If you can
It
get
is.
something and bring it back to life,
My
it's
goodness, you're right.
amazing.
We're trying
Oh, I love it.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
totally
It's
going
a
to go
big
in the
task.
store. Yeah.
because the building's
Well,
been left alone.
I know.
And it's
Right.
It needs a little TLC.
Perfection
Exactly.
takes some work
It does.
sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
so you just said two words: work and time. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of work.
Yes,
It's
it
going to get there
does.
eventually. And when you look at where we were and where we've come so far in a short amount of time, we've
Yes.
done some great things.
That's
we really
right.
have.
Yes.
So my hat's off to you. Well, great. So so Morganza Culture District. It's an honor to serve with you on that board, bringing part of Pointe Coupee back to life. Of course, we're with tourism, and that's part of the whole deal.
That's correct.
Morganza is
Yeah.
one little small part of Pointe Coupee that we're trying to like put a spark in,
That's right.
and we're doing great on that.
Get the little baby boot back in the big boot.
Right. That's right.
Because it is. It's a little baby boot.
It
if you
sure
look
is.
at
It
Yes,
sure
it
is.
is.
It's a booty.
Yep, exactly. That's a good way to put it. It's like a little mitt, like it's like a
I
little,
know.
a little mitt.
It looks okay.
And our biggest spark in Morganza is our 50th anniversary of the movie Easy
Yes.
Rider.
Yes. That's coming up pretty
which
soon,
We're
September.
trying to plan a huge event September 28th.
September
That's gonna be
28th.
cool.
Morganza, Louisiana.
That's
Don't
going
miss
to be
it.
cool.
Yes.
We're going to have motorcyclists from California and
Ooh.
all over the United States. Texas,
It's gonna
for
be
sure. We got a
incredible.
group coming from both of those states. And when we had our first little one, man, it was from Alabama, Mississippi, Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
Texas.
Wow.
So we're hoping this is going to be our great event for Morganza Cultural District.
Yes, right. I want to add a little bit to that too about the Easy Rider movie. Me being in films and movies and doing things too. A lot of people weren't happy when they found out what Easy Rider was about because it had some drug references. But it's the thing, and it was like we don't want Morganza to be associated with this story. But listen, hang on. A film tells a story. And there has to be locations. We're not saying Morganza was a bad place. Morganza was a setting to tell this story.
I've
Correct.
never seen the movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Exactly. So that's
I'm
the way I
gonna have to
look at
watch
it.
now.
Oh, yes, look.
I look
at some
at it-
of our first board meetings when we tried to have this
Oh yeah, some of the
festival to commemorate it. Oh, we've had a couple people say, "Oh, but did y'all watch the movie? You know, I don't agree with the theme about the movie." And look, I probably don't either.
Well, I bet LA didn't want
But-
Independence Day filmed over there either. The end of the world.
Right, you don't want that. But
No, but it gives you
the
out
thing
there.
about it is put Morganza on the map.
It gets you
Yes,
out there,
right.
right?
Several people from Morganza were in the movie. We still have a bunch of those people that are still alive.
Wow.
And they're going to
Mm-hmm.
come to our event on September the 28th
yes.
and sign autographs on shirts
at that.
and
Yes,
posters.
exactly.
How cool
yeah.
is
So it's
I have to
cool.
watch it.
Yes, it is. It's amazing.
is.
And so, any movie that you watch, you may not agree with what the movie's about or whatever,
Right.
but
Right.
it takes actors and locations to tell somebody's story. And guess what? This movie launched a lot of careers. Jack Nicholson, all these other, Peter Fonda, whatever.
Peter Fonda.
Exactly. So,
I
Hoffman.
watched a movie the other day, Left Behind.
Oh yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
movie.
okay, Nicolas Cage. Do
Yes.
you know the entire movie is filmed in Baton Rouge?
Yes, it was.
I didn't realize this, so I
Yes.
started watching it,
Sure
and I'm
was.
like,
Mall of Louisiana,
familiar.
Baton Rouge Police Headquarters. Yes,
everything.
yes,
That's a good movie.
that's right. So
But
that's,
I'm gonna have to watch Easy Rider now.
Yes,
to
and
put it on my
watch
list.
Easy
watch it.
Rider.
I got the
It's
DVD over there. I'll give you the DVD before you leave. Yep.
Okay.
I
One of
sure
the
do.
I have
biggest
a project.
scenes was filmed in the old Morganza Melanson Cafe. And wow, that's pretty cool.
Is that what they have the painting of?
That's correct. We
I
have
love
a
that
mural
painting.
of that.
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's been torn down, unfortunately.
I know. That's kind of.
Yeah, that's really bad.
You know what though? If you could rebuild it exactly the same way,
we have hopes for that.
that's cool.
Costs a little money for
Well,
that.
yeah.
We're trying to. We would love for someone to open up that building,
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
build
yeah.
it just like that.
Yes, that would be great.
Man, do you know?
Well, I was working with the sheriff's office one day. Was passing through town. They had 20 motorcycles on the side of the road looking for the place. They was all from France.
oh wow.
I
Golly.
couldn't hardly understand, but only one or two of the guys speaking. They had their wives. They come from France
Wow.
to see Morganza, Louisiana,
Wow.
and the place where the movie Easy Rider was
That's,
filmed.
That's
incredible.
cool.
That's cool.
That is
That is
amazing,
cool.
man. I know that's incredible.
The fan
man.
base, you know.
You could open it up as like some kind of diner or something.
Oh, I think you could.
Sure,
Oh,
absolutely.
you could make so much.
It would
you
be
know, it'd
great.
be interesting. I'd like
Yeah,
that.
that's great. All right, well, good deal. So, yeah, that's well, a small little list of things that you've been involved with through the years. So let's take us to the current time where we are right now. So we hear you're running for sheriff
Yes.
in the beautiful parish of Pointe Coupee.
That's a fact. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what kind of got you into the race and some things that you bring to the table and how you would like to serve the citizens of Pointe Coupee.
Yes, this is my goal, and my dream is to serve as the sheriff for Pointe Coupee.
An honorable decision to
Yeah.
make, too, yes.
It is. It is. It's a big step. I am looking very forward to doing that. I'm so excited about it. I don't know if you can see it on the face.
All right, you go
I am
right.
so excited about that. That's what my goal is to be the sheriff for everybody in Pointe Coupee. I have one desire, and that's to be a full-time sheriff and nothing else.
Yes,
And
Yeah.
it's,
exactly.
it's just that simple.
Exactly.
I've got to watch two sheriffs work, their entire careers for the past 24 years. Kind of seen what they've done and maybe what I would probably do a little bit
Sure,
different.
yeah.
And so I have as a DARE officer for the last 11 years and a coach for the last 25 years,
There
I
you
have
go.
a deep love for the children and the citizens in this parish.
Exactly.
And that's what I want to do.
Exactly. Now, from what I gather, looking at some sheriffs and everything, and even working with a few sheriffs myself, seems like the sheriff's office job, first and foremost, mainly is like an administrative type job where you're balancing budgets, you're handling
Yes.
people, you're hiring people, firing people,
Yes.
you're assembling a good team to work with you,
Yeah.
Yes,
which is very important.
it is.
So tell us about how you feel qualified to do those administrative tasks.
Correct. Just like being the president of the Morganza Cultural District, president of the board of directors for the Louisiana DARE Office Association.
Yeah, statewide
So,
now.
Right.
Statewide.
Right.
Yes.
I've also have served on some other numerous boards in my life, preparing myself for this.
Right.
I was elected to the board of directors for Falls River Academy for 2 different years. The second year, I was elected to the vice president of the board. At those types of schools, you control everything. Also was appointed to the Catholic High School of Pointe Coupee Board of Directors
didn't know
for
that.
9 years,
Wow.
and
Wow.
served on the finance committee for all 9 years. on that
Wow,
board.
wow. So y'all budget
So-
was you managed to keep your
Managed
budget
the
in
budget.
check.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yes.
incredible. Wow.
11 years of managing school budgets for 2 schools in the community, which you talked about pay raises. Teachers in our community kind of like a pay raise almost every year. We were very fortunate to be able to do that. There may have been one year that they didn't get a pay raise and they got a little Christmas bonus. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Right.
cool.
Right. I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
So
Yep.
you
Right.
that's what I've been doing to prepare myself for this moment. So
Right.
when you're on the school board, you fool with everything. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
hiring and firing of teachers. Most of the time, teachers leave. Sometimes you have to replace them. Coaches come and go.
Right.
Insurance for these people, and you got to manage the money.
Right.
You got to watch the budget and see if you have enough money in the budget for a raise or a promotion or whatever.
Sure. Exactly.
So that's what I've been planning.
awesome. That's great.
That's
Very,
what
very
I've
good.
been doing.
So going out about shaking hands, meeting people. What's been your reaction overall to the people that you met and everything, and your support base?
Let me fix this.
Yeah,
thing
good.
here.
Mine-
Yeah. Oh man, it's been incredible.
Really? That's
I am a
awesome.
people's person,
Yep.
and the feedback has been very positive.
Excellent.
Yes.
You
So,
hadn't been serenading them?
No, I can't sing at all. No, I can't.
Right. So
But
have you made your way from the north end of the parish all the way back to the bottom end yet?
I was on the north end yesterday.
Come on, there you go.
It's very hard. I think I would have to see close to 150 to 200 people every day.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm going to fall a little bit short of that.
Right.
Some of the people I meet like to talk a little bit.
Yes, indeed.
Not me, right?
Right, exactly, right. Times two, right.
Yes.
Right.
So that is awesome to get to try to see everybody in the parish, and wow.
Sure.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
I had someone at my house all the way to 11 o'clock last night.
Goodness.
Wow.
I'm putting in the hours.
That's right.
That's what you got to do.
And, well, I'm a workaholic.
It don't just happen. You got to make it happen.
Right.
It's not
That's
at
right.
all. Feedback is positive.
Right.
That's great.
It's going great.
That's great.
That
Very,
is
very
great.
good. So yeah, in your opinion, I guess what are some things that you would like to do with the sheriff's office? Because everybody has their own way of managing things, and not to say one's wrong and one's right.
No, that's
It's just
correct.
different styles.
That's
Right.
correct.
So I guess what kind of a management style would you have with the sheriff's office? What kind of sheriff would you be, so to speak?
Right, yeah.
Well, I think understand that I'm a people's person,
Yes.
and the dare mentality of a dare officer, I think needs to be trickled down into every single deputy working on the street.
Right.
Because if you watch the news today, we need someone that can bridge the gap between the community and the police.
Right.
I'm scared of the police, and then that's why you got fussing and fighting and
Yes.
riots and stuff
Right.
like that. So I think that is crucial to have the trust of everyone in the community.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
And to be on the same page. Hey, community policing, where the deputy gets out of the vehicle or rides into your neighborhood and says, "Hey, Kurt, what's going on, man? Hey,
Thank
Dave,
you.
Get
it's Datha."
familiar with them.
Familiar
Right.
with them.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
That might be something we had years ago, but
Right.
it's been quite a long time since then. I think that's very crucial to gather the support of the community,
Yeah.
and that'll help you solving crimes and stuff
Well,
later
yeah.
down the road.
Build a
Yes.
good
When you
positive
know these people.
relationship. Right.
Exactly.
Positive relationship.
One thing I always
Right.
joke about with my kids, even Eve over there, so it's like every time we're driving and we see a cop on the side of the road, there's a cop on the side of the road. It's like,
Oh,
Guilty
man.
as charged.
Right,
it's like-
You see
right.
people that do that, and I see them on the road a lot, and I can say they got warrants somewhere on their record
right.
because
Right.
you don't.
Right, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is like we need to reverse our
It
image
is,
of
yeah.
police officers and go like, wow,
We do.
It's
that
true.
cop is enforcing the law. He's doing a great job. I'm
Right.
doing the speed limit. I'm cool. I got my driver's license.
I might be a
insurance.
little 15 over, but it's all right.
Right, exactly. But yeah, to reverse the way we look at police officers
Right,
when we see them.
right.
Right.
We need that in our community
We
and
do.
in the
world.
world today.
You're right.
It's very unfortunate.
Right.
It is.
The image that some police departments have.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, the main thing that I see in a lot of police departments, because I watch a lot of YouTube channels like police activity, police block and everything. So we see all the body cam footage, which I'm a
Yes.
strong proponent of
I
body cam
like it.
footage. And so that gives you a first-person view of exactly what happened. There's no he said, she said,
Think
or
that's
whatever.
good to
Right.
have?
I think it's very good to have. If
Yeah.
you're
It's good concrete evidence.
It
Yes, it is.
Correct.
You
And if you
can't-
have
you
a
can't
good
lie by
situation,
camera.
Right.
you can't lie.
That's one thing personally that I would like to see with the sheriff's office is getting maybe a grant to get the body cams. I think Livonia Police has them. West Baton
Yeah,
Rouge
they don't
has
have to
them.
be massive. They can put little bitty
yes,
things
yes,
on
yes.
now. They've come so far with that
Right,
stuff now.
right. So the
They
thing
do.
is, that's what I've seen. Like I think police officers need to be taught more how to de-escalate situations.
Yeah.
Look
Correct.
at Alton Sterling
Yeah.
thing.
You
that whole
got to
thing.
understand when is the time
Ro-
to de-escalate that situation.
Right.
To not have a confrontation.
Right.
That's so
Yes.
important.
Exactly.
is.
And I think that mentality is needed now.
I agree.
It is.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely. So things can get out of hand.
Save a bunch
really
of laws
quick.
for sure.
Yes. And
And a lot of heartache.
right.
A lot of press.
and we're talking about maybe trying to implement something to where the road deputies can actually maybe stop at the schools and maybe eat in the lunchroom with the kids instead
like
of
that.
eating at other places on
Awesome.
the
How
highway
cool is that?
I like that.
to
That's a
get
great
those
idea.
relationships
Right.
better. And
That's
then when
amazing.
you see, oh look, that's Dad Officer Rene Thibodeaux.
Exactly.
Hey
Right.
man, how you doing?
Exactly.
Oh, look,
exactly.
it's the police. You don't
Yeah.
want that mentality.
No.
Right. Right.
Become a part of the community because you're already
you
in
want 'em to
it.
feel
you
that
are
way.
in the community.
And that's one thing, that's important. A few years ago, we had a bunch of deputies that trickled over from the last sheriff's office, and we had deputies with 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, and 27 years of experience.
Wow.
And it's kind of unfortunate that about 15 out of these 16 deputies have all quit and left this
Wow.
organization.
Wow, right.
So
right,
it's just some things.
Sure.
It's needed. It's
Yes.
time.
It's a lot of stress
Exactly.
going on right now too.
It is.
A lot of stress.
Oh, yeah.
Unneeded stress.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, our hats off to police officers. And like I was
Yeah.
saying earlier, those decisions, like you're talking about, it'll either be the body cameras or the de-escalation procedures or whatever. That starts from the top down, from leadership.
It starts from the top.
Leadership
Mm-hmm.
down.
Leadership
Yeah.
is
Exactly.
where it comes from.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whenever they
The
were
way
doing,
the way your deputies
The heart and soul.
perceive themselves,
Right.
look and act and interact with people
Right.
in the community come from the top.
yes, absolutely. That's very important.
Yes,
Right.
it does.
Back when they were doing Pointe Capiz Most Wanted, we were doing some episodes for that for the medical thing.
Point Capiz most
Post Pointe
wanted.
Capiz, yes.
Yes,
Back
I
in the
was,
day. Yeah,
I
you
had,
were.
I
we have
was
got
on
to get that on again.
Right.
Yes,
I got all the episodes on my
We
computer
had
over there.
so much fun with. All right, we're
I
drifting.
was part of that. My last 11 years, I was
Oh.
also on the SWAT team, so I know what you're talking
Right.
about.
I
So
could be behind y'all running like,
I-
oh, we're in pursuit.
I did
Yes.
under Paul Raymond Smith. I did a segment, a medical segment with Acadian. So we did 13 shows with a medical
Wow.
segment on there. So we
Yes.
faked medical calls to kind of show what we do.
Well, what happened to that?
Well, I think with the current administration ran it till its course. But what happened over here locally is that the Cablevision channel shut down. The public access channel
Oh.
shut down.
And they shut the show
Well, we
down,
had
too.
we need
Right,
to
shut
open
down.
up another public
But
access
what I was
channel.
gonna, we do. I'm
And
working
we
on
need
that.
to hit it.
What I'm working, what I was gonna say is when I was doing Pointe Capiz Most Wanted, I rode with Disco. I actually
Disco.
did a ride along with him from one
We
episode.
was just
Yes,
talking about him.
yes.
I had my camera with me, and he goes like, you know what we're gonna, and the Rodney Part was working back then, so I went to
Yeah.
Rodney. Rodney goes like, Dave, he said we're gonna do something pretty cool today. I want you to ride along with us. Get your camera. Let's go do something cool. I said, what y'all gonna do? Well, Brad Jofrion set this little program up. He goes like, we stop people for obeying the laws.
How about that?
Yes.
How
so
mad would somebody get if you stopped them? Oh, by the way, you was doing the speed limit.
But
Congratulations.
not only that,
I
you
would
get
think
something.
they might would like that.
But not
I
only
would
that,
get
no,
mad.
they don't,
Building that rapport.
They don't stop you. No, don't just stop you. They give you a gift certificate for
Okay.
for two.
now we're talking about-
Yeah, but if it looks like a ticket, the first thing, I
Right.
got
No,
to
talking
go
about a
to
gift
work.
certificate.
I know,
Right.
but
This
Yes.
guy got his whole family went to lunch on the
That's
Livonia Police
funny.
Department.
I don't
because
know
he
that
was
would
Now
be
that is
taken
nice.
the same way.
Hey, that's
though.
a good idea. We
It-
might have to
Right.
think of
It
something.
is.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
So when you're driving the speed limit,
Right.
you get a reward. You got your seatbelt on.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
but the first thing though, when they look, they're gonna be like, "What did we do wrong?
right.
What did we do?"
Oh, well,
And
needless
see,
to
that's
say-
why you can't be scared of the police.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Exactly.
We got to get the community off of that.
Yeah.
We got to get
Want
Point
them to think
Capiz.
that they were your friends.
Most
Peace
wanted.
officer
We can do that.
is a magic word.
That's right.
Peace.
A
Peace
peace officer.
officer.
That's
Right.
exactly right.
That's
So,
correct.
needless to say, the guy was like, he was freaking out, like, "What did I do?" and everything. I'm here with the video
That's me.
camera, filming everything way before our time, like live PD. We didn't have all that back then, so it's like, what did I
No,
do?
that's correct.
And Rodney goes like, "Hey man, you had your seatbelt on. You were obeying the speed limit. Everything. Your license plate's
Yeah.
not expired. Here you go. Here's a gift certificate for your family. Go eat lunch or
I
whatever."
bet
Now-
that man was like,
He's
That
going
is
like,
nice.
Really?
Yes, that's pretty cool to have that.
"I like that.
Yes,
We
it
need
is.
to do it.
It was pretty cool.
I think we need to do it."
Right. So,
Yeah, that's what we got going on today.
that's it. That's great.
That's
so,
cool.
you have a little
Yeah, you
flyer.
want me to show 'em?
Let's let
Oh,
Datha
yes.
kind of show
Oh,
what you got going
Talking
on
about
here.
this right here.
Whichever one you want.
Now, that's a little cookout tonight. We're inviting the public to
Oh.
come eat.
We
Okay.
have this.
You know,
All right.
the people in Louisiana
That's
kind of
nice.
like pastalaya,
Pastalaya.
jambalaya.
So where's it going to be for the people that are
Food.
watching right now or
Can't
watch? It's going to be
explain.
where at?
Right there on Morganza Highway, right by the fire station.
Okay.
By the fire
Okay. What
station.
time?
6 to 9. And we're
6
going to
to
have
9?
something called a Morganza cake if you haven't eaten that before.
Yeah.
I
Heard
think
it's
he
the
knows what
bomb.
that's about.
I've never had it, but I've heard.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Very
Okay.
good.
And look about the flyer with the Morganza. Let Datha hold that
Oh,
up.
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
we got this
Show 'em
one.
about the
This
Morganza.
one, y'all.
And about that,
Easy Rider.
take it away, Renee. What's this all about? What's the date and everything on here?
September the 28th in Morganza is the 50th anniversary. And this is what we are promoting at the Morganza Cultural District.
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of things going on one day. You can rent a booth if you have food items you want to sell or any type of antiques or whatever.
Wow.
If you're into selling items, booth, I think $75 for a 10 by 10.
Oh, not bad
That's
at
not
all.
There's
bad
going to
at
be
No.
a bunch of different types of food. We're going to have a car show and shine for antique cars. We've got
Ooh.
a
Can't have
motorcycle show.
Of course.
We've got a contest where we are asking some custom build motorcycle groups to build a custom built
Oh,
motorcycle.
neat.
Yes, that's going to be very interesting. It's a motorcycle theme, of course.
It's a
'cause
motorcycle theme.
That's
I
awesome.
like it.
It is.
Rebels with the cause.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is. A wild king
There
and
you
queen
go.
contest.
Rebels with a cause.
Yes, it is.
REBELZ, put a Z on the end. So put a Datha style on it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yes.
okay, Rene. So, anything you want to kind of wrap up before we end? You want to address the audience or whatever? Just any last comments that you want to make before we go? We're going to have you on again in the
Oh, yeah.
future. Of course.
Okay,
So
yes.
You'll be on again.
I'll come
Yeah.
back. Yes, guys.
Yeah.
If y'all are interested in coming to the Morganza tonight, it's
you go.
open to the public.
There you go.
And I'm looking forward to meeting everybody in the public.
Yes.
I've been working from 8 in the morning to at least 9 o'clock in the evenings.
Yes, indeed.
If you have a chance to look at this video, check me out. Also, I have a nice article in the Pointe Coupee banner that tells you about my entire life history and what I have done to get to this point in my life. And I definitely am asking you to please consider voting for Rene Thibodeaux.
And check you out on
And on
Facebook.
Facebook.
And
yep.
check me out on Facebook. That's my
That's it.
Facebook page right
There
there.
it is, right
Yep,
there.
Facebook.
That's it, right.
Rene
And,
Thibodeaux for sheriff.
And you got a digital billboard running right now on Hospital Road
Yes,
still?
sir. Got
Okay.
that. That's running
There you go.
solid.
You're going to have some
Good.
competition on that this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna have a billboard?
Our
up?
billboard's running starting midnight tonight.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Dave
Going
K
to have
Show.
some competition.
What you gonna have on there?
It's just Dave K Show. Just me and
Okay,
Dave,
the Dave K
Show.
Show.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
That's
good.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yes.
So we'll be running in the lineup with you.
So I got to get all of my dad kids out to vote for the
Yes.
past 11 years. I would teach about 2,500 kids every year for the last
Woo.
11 years.
That's a lot of
So
children.
that's exciting.
I'd have done
Jeez.
pulled some hair out.
Yeah.
Man, so some of those kids have kids too by now, you think, or what?
Man, I guess it's possible. You know,
Ooh,
if they
that's
was,
a
if
scary
they was
thought, ain't it?
18, 11 years ago, yes.
Wow.
11 years old
It's
now.
hard when
That's
you start
incredible.
thinking like that.
It
You're like,
is.
Geez.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
So I have, wow, yeah.
That's amazing. All right,
My,
well,
my
good deal.
kids are grown now.
Yes, we're all getting up there in age a little bit. So, okay, well, sounds great. So glad to have you on the show today. This is an amazing show. I
Yep.
wish it could last a little bit longer. But we're going to definitely have you on if you want to come back.
Oh, I'm coming back,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
I like
Great.
to talk a little bit.
Excellent.
Might try to
excellent.
get you to sing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't do
Well,
that.
Datha, no, Datha, she'll lead and you just follow Datha.
Oh, you're
I
going to
can't,
sing?
dude. I can't sing.
Yes, you can sing.
Well, that remains to be seen.
you
I
sing
guess.
every night to your kids.
I do.
Your girls.
No, I sing to my dog.
We'll talk about the future
Okay.
of Pointe Coupee on the next show.
Absolutely.
like
Let's do
it.
that. Let's do that.
Yes, yes.
I
I
like
know.
All right. Well, sounds great. We're going to shut her down right here. So, Datha, one more time, tell people how they can find us on the internet.
Oh yeah, okay. We got your Pointe Coupee banner. You can check. Well, we're not on that this week, but we might be on it next week. But
Yes.
check them out, pointecoupeereporter.com,
Yes.
and then you have the Riverside Journal. I mean the West Side Journal.
Yep, that's exactly
And then
right.
you have us on YouTube, so
Yep.
make sure you subscribe.
So we got a YouTube channel. We got
have
a
YouTube.
what? Instagram.
We have Instagram.
Yep, Dave K Show Instagram.
We have a webpage too, don't we?
DaveKShow.com.
DaveKShow.com.
Which will be active this weekend, actually.
this weekend. And if you drive by, check the billboard out.
Yes, Hospital Road. It'll be facing our billboard. We don't have the
Renee's
quite.
on it too.
Oh,
Yes.
you're going to be on the billboard.
Is your
with me.
billboard both sides?
No,
or
just the one.
Okay, ours is
Hot,
going
same
facing
side.
McDonald's.
Okay.
I was
Right.
watching
Very
it this
good.
morning.
Very good.
I
Yes,
had to go
ma'am.
get a coffee. It was just too early.
Right.
I had to go get my sway bars fixed
Had to
on
get
my
that
car.
caffeine.
I had to.
That's it.
Yes.
All right, well, that
Too
sounds
early.
great. We're going to shut her down here. We got another great episode coming up next with Representative Jeremy Lacombe. It's going to be a really interesting show
Yep.
also. So for for Datha Bure, I am David K.
Every
Gyro.
time.
This is the Dave K Show. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.